Hey everyone, John and Ray here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a very interesting little bounce that we're getting off of the retest of the wedge. So we initially had this nice little ascending wedge that was working its way higher, and they smashed directly out of that level. After they broke out of that level, they started pulling back a little bit, and that's the pullback that we're sitting in right now. Now, I don't think it's any coincidence at all that that pullback stopped dead in its tracks on a retest of that level. And as soon as it hit it, we turned right back up into a strong bull candle signal. I'm looking to jump in long. So my entry is going to be at 33.66. Stop is going to go right below the low. The targets for this one, really, the first targets are going to be primarily just back to the highs. We saw some heavy selling pressure right around this area here. So I want to make sure that instead of targeting the exact high of day, I want to get my profit, in a little bit ahead of that. So the first profit target is going to be right here. We're going to take 3 contracts off there at around 58. We're going to get ahead of the high of day, and we're going to get ahead of where we saw the sellers completely nullify the buyers. So even if we don't go through the high of day, we still get our target filled. The secondary objective really to the upside is just looking at a potential measured move up. So I'm looking for a move higher here, right there, to right around there. And actually we can even tighten this one up a little bit further because the burst happened right around there. So the primary objective to the upside that I'm looking for is 33.76. Now, you know me, I'm not a big fan of putting my my target directly on a level like that. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this level and say, all right, well, if the measured move up is at 33.76, I need to understand that there's going to be a lot of people that are taking profit in that exact same area. So instead, I'm going to put my final target ahead of that level at around 73, even as far down as 71, to make sure that we get filled, just in case it doesn't want to go all the way up to that measured move. So from our entry point to the first target, we're looking at a move higher here for 22 ticks, and then after that we're looking for the follow-up move to the next objective for 35 ticks. So plenty of profit potential on the table. Now we just have to wait to see the buyers continue this move back through. So I've got all my targets set. We've got everything ready to go. Now we just have to be patient and wait. Seeing some interesting kind of volume coming in right here. I'm going to actually lift my target a little bit. Given the volume, if this does break above and turns into a strong bull candle up, there's a very good chance that we break through the highs and we're able to get a nice fill all the way through. The reason I'm saying that is because after such a huge down move, the sellers should have continued. And when they tried to continue, they lack any follow through. We initially trigger them in, right? We get the sellers into the move, and as soon as they're in, it immediately goes against them. That's a really big clue that the buyers mean a lot of business. So I'm looking for, if this breaks through the highs here and can trigger above, 53, 54, 55 or so, I'm looking for this to be more of a stop run type move to drive this market back up and get larger targets above. Everything is looking like it's ready to go. Now we just need to see the buyers slap them. So here's the sellers getting stopped out. We're getting that little bit of a pop. I need to see some follow through here to continue this move higher. Yeah, and look at that follow through. This is what we were talking about. Big stop run move, and we just smash right through the highs. There's the stop run that we were looking for. Beautiful move. Now, because we extended that target out, we actually pulled a nice little extra chunk of profit that I wasn't necessarily anticipating. Overall, on the trade long, we took out 140 ticks on that upside move. Very good read on that little area right there. Beautiful little trap that suckered in a bunch of sellers and immediately smashed through them, and we get our targets filled above the highs at the measured move. So perfect read, beautiful breakout, little pullback bounce off of that ascending wedge highs. Very high probability area, especially since it stopped that sell dead in its tracks to see the buyers come right back in, and man, they did, that's for sure. So overall, 140 ticks on the trade. That's 1,400. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.